I read a paper. It's probably worth reading now. It's called Leading Beyond the Blizzard. And it was when the pandemic was first hitting. We didn't know what we were getting into. And they're like, entrepreneurs, and this is so good for any crisis management. I'm never going to forget this. Entrepreneurs, you guys need to decide, is this pandemic, is it going to be a really bad blizzard where we got like 10 snow days in a row, right? Or is it a long winter and we got a few months of shutdown? Or is it a mini ice age? Is it last a year and a half, something like that? And for every business, it'll be different, but you need to decide. You need to decide now and commit to one of those paths and then live according to the path. I said, let's treat it like an ice age. One lesson the pandemic's teaching me still is I used to think having good leadership vision was being able to see like 5 years down the road, like, like have a 10-year plan and what are we going to do? There's a line in the Hebrew scriptures that says, your word is a lamp unto my feet, right? Like a xenon headlight that give you eyes to see 10 years down the road. It wasn't. It was actually a little lantern they'd wear on their shoes, and it gave them just enough light for the next step. William, you don't have to know what's happening in 10 years. You do have to know slightly sooner than everybody else what you're going to do. So I'm focusing more on my ability to be agile with whatever comes, which I think, maybe it's a virus. I think more likely it's AI. By my study, at least 40% of all our jobs are going to get shifted, changed, replaced in the next 10 years. You ever meet somebody and within like 5 minutes, they're a winner? Maybe you're at a social function and there's just somebody that's kind of life of the party. Everybody likes talking to, everybody's around. Or maybe it's a quiet person you run into at a dinner and they don't say much, but when they say something, it's like, oh my gosh, what are they doing in 5 minutes that makes me think that? We've done 30,000 interviews now, the 30,000 interviews that represent the best people we've ever interviewed. And we were able to distill down, okay, these are the 30,000. We said, okay, of those 30,000, who were the best of the best? And that's who got the job, who stayed in it, who got promoted, like who's really been a winner. We found those people. And then we said, do they do anything in common? It was nothing like I expected. I expected it to be things like the best of the best all had IQs of 150 or more. The best of the best came from money, so they didn't have to start with nothing. No. None of that. None of it. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's not that. It's different. The terrible question that people ask in interviews, so tell me about yourself. No, it's horrible. How do you answer that? You give your life story. No. If you're equipped with some self-awareness, you can say, well, interviewing for your company is in hockey stick growth. And I know you're asking me to join marketing, but I'm guessing nearly every job description at your company right now has other duties as necessary. My top skills, I'm an innovator. I don't sit still very well. Look back at my job at this company where we had to change things 15 times. Look at this where I had to build from scratch with no knowledge at all. Just had to learn it and go. It's like my career's been leading up to working with you because the way you're wired and what you want me to do is exactly what I'm good at. That is a good answer to that question. When in business have we not seen a cycle of we invent something new, it replaces jobs, we figure out new jobs, something that creates efficiency that removes some old jobs, and then we figure out new jobs. I was in a small panel discussion at a small business owner thing, and they're all asking all this, like the back end and the front, might as well be speaking Greek. I didn't understand a word they said. I have a high school senior. What should I tell them not to major in? They wouldn't answer as bluntly as I wanted, but I'll tell you what to major in, liberal arts. And that's where I think these soft skills, it's really, of all the searches we've done so many times, the winner of a job is the one who gets along well with others. I guess the people that were living at the front end of the Renaissance were probably afraid too, but what a cool time that would have been to live, right?
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. And to stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and on Twitter at Catalyst_Action. And thanks for listening.